Hello and welcome back. So here's the second video about the comprehensive therapy program, Truth or Consequences. That wasn't so much about the um, program itself, but there are two advanced therapists older than me, and I think after class or when we were done, when we were done with the clients, we had the option we could stay and work on ourselves. So there was this lady and this gentleman, and they asked me, "Hey, can we work with you?" So I know I can't even remember if we treated them. They just wanted to treat me, which happens every now and then in those workshops because they can see something. It's kind of like maybe because it's so funny the things that I experience because I'm channeling some crazy stuff. My sessions are usually interesting. It's because I don't flip out. But yeah, they're weird. So it must have been third day into it on Wednesday evening because anyway, so we did my session and I went inside, I went deep, and then I started observing where does it take me. So again, like people need hallucinogenics, I don't. I just go in deep and then I just see. Did I mention I have 6 planets retrograde? So for me it's easy. I just go in. And they were dialoguing with me, and I had this thing with my lungs, and it was just like crazy. So we released something from my thorax. There were like toxins, so it felt just like something was just coming out of me. And once something released out of my lungs, I could see in a static, I could see my great grandfather. Now, I have a picture. We have pictures from 1800 or 90, and I know what he looked like. So I saw his face, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. And then I felt I was dying on the table, which probably is how he died, because he died from some disease he brought back from China. He used to go ride his horse like with the military to China. That's a whole nother story, my ancestors. But in my session, so I experienced somatically in my own body how I was dying. I was dying from something from the chest, and then whoop, I came back, and I'm like, oh, here I am, Tanya, in the womb. And then I felt like, okay, so there was a cycle, there was a release. I don't want to analyze it too much. I mean, I could sit with a psychotherapist and could talk about it all day. But anyway, that was my experience. And of course, my team, they probably had some fun because it's always exciting when someone goes into like crazy places. And then they asked me at the end of the session what the message is. And the message was mana mana. So I still love about it to this day. I actually think I just shared that story with someone else at a workshop I assisted. So the message was just man up, which is like nothing. It just is. So most of the time, because we get so stuck in our brain, in our cerebral hemisphere, like what is it and why is it? But my experience, and what was the message? Man up. Who cares? But the next morning, I woke up. I was so sick. It was coming on top. It was coming on the back end, front end, back end. And I was by myself. I was just with my dog Belinda. She was my sidekick. She used to always travel with me. So we went to this motel, and I was so sick. And whatever came out of me, I don't know. That's where I would analyze a little bit. I never smelled something like this before. It might have been what I inherited because, it goes. We are not just ourselves, the toxins and things and diseases. It gets inherited. You know that from homeopathy. It's like the different nosodes and what is being handed down and what we inherit from our ancestors. So it's also just old viruses and disease, but it smelled so bad. I don't know, maybe mustard gas, something, I don't know, I have no idea. But I was really sick, and I detoxed, and afterwards I felt good, but I couldn't complete my therapy program. And when I had to drive back, because it was a road trip, and I had to drive back from Truth or Consequences, I was just hoping I'm gonna make it. I made it. So that was an interesting story, and I think that was one of my onsets of dying different death. And there was this theme where I would always, in my sessions, there's a spot where to this day I always say, don't even go there. If you're drawn into it, and that's what it does, I would just go, whoop. If people want to call it past life, I don't know, but there's always something. So that was one of my other stories. So sometimes if you don't have an answer, just go manap, doesn't matter. It will come or it won't. It is what it is. Thank you for listening.